They laughed at him, not just a snicker, but a full chorus of mockery. The new recruits pointed at his muddy boots, his patched-up shirt, the way he stood, awkward, hands clenched, eyes down. "Hey, Scarecrow, did you bring your tractor to basic?" One jeered. Another mimicked a cow's moo. The farm boy's cheeks burned. He tried to hide the tremble in his hands, but the laughter only grew. "Before we go further, tell us, where are you watching from? We'd love to hear your story in the comments below." The barracks were alive with the energy of first-day nerves. Young men and women, all in crisp uniforms, lined up for roll call. Among them, the farm boy, Eli, stood out like a weed in a rose garden. His accent was thick, his hands rough, his eyes too honest. The others came from cities, from families with medals on the wall. Eli came from a place where the only battles were with the land and the weather. The sergeant barked orders. The recruits snapped to attention. But Eli fumbled, his salute crooked, his stance unsure. The laughter returned, sharper this time. "He'll never make it," someone whispered. "He's just a farmhand, not a soldier." But then the general arrived. The room fell silent. General Hawthorne was a legend. His presence alone could silence a storm. He walked the line, eyes sharp, inspecting each recruit. When he reached Eli, he paused. The general's gaze dropped to Eli's forearm, where a faded tattoo peeked from under his sleeve. A wolf's head, inked in black and silver. The general's eyes narrowed. "Where did you get that tattoo, son?" he asked, his voice low. Eli hesitated. "My father gave it to me, sir. Said it was for strength, for the hard days." The general's face changed. The room felt colder. He turned to the others. "Do you know what this is?" he demanded, pointing to the tattoo. The recruits shook their heads, suddenly uneasy. "That," the general said, "is the mark of the Iron Wolf. It's not just ink. It's a legacy, only given to those who've survived the impossible." His father was Iron Wolf, and now so is he. The room froze. The laughter died. The recruits stared at Eli, their eyes wide with disbelief. The farm boy they mocked was the son of a legend. The general stepped closer. "Your father saved my life, boy, in the valley when the world was burning. He carried me through fire. I owe him everything. And now I see his spirit in you." Eli's hands stopped shaking. He stood taller, the weight of his father's legacy settling on his shoulders. The recruits looked at him differently now, not as a joke, but as a mystery, a story they didn't understand. Training began. The days were brutal, mud, sweat, and pain. But Eli never complained. When others fell, he lifted them. When hope faded, he found a way. The recruits watched as the farm boy became something else, unyielding, relentless, a silent force. They whispered his new name, Iron Wolf. One night, during a storm of drills and exhaustion, a recruit collapsed. The medics were far. Panic spread. Eli knelt beside him, remembered his father's words, "Never leave a brother behind." He carried the recruit on his back, running through the mud, refusing to stop. The others followed, inspired by his strength. The general watched from the shadows. He saw the legend reborn. Graduation day arrived. The recruits stood in formation, medals gleaming. The general called Eli forward. "You were mocked. You were doubted. But you showed us what it means to be Iron Wolf. Not just strength, but heart. Not just muscle, but loyalty." The recruits cheered. The farm boy, who was once a joke, was now a symbol. His family watched from the crowd, tears in their eyes. His mother clutched his father's old medal, whispering, "He did it." He carried the name. Years later, the story of Iron Wolf was told to every new recruit, not just about a tattoo, but about the courage to rise above mockery, to carry a legacy, to become more than anyone believed. If this story touched you, share your thoughts below and subscribe for more powerful stories of sacrifice, family, and the legends that live on. Remember, the Iron Wolf is not just a name, it's a promise.